Hello, everyone. My name is Cole Manning, and today I'm going to be talking about the Oklahoma City bombing. So, a little background on the tragedy. We learned about this event in class and in our readings, and today I really want to delve into the origin of Timothy McVeigh's thought process and learn about his inner drive to cause such an act of terrorism like this. So, a little bit of background. On April 19th, 1995, McVeigh parked a Ryder truck outside of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in downtown Oklahoma City. The blast killed many people and injured even more, even causing 30 children to become orphaned. I want to touch up on this quote that McVeigh, the head conspirator, stated after the attack that it was a justifiable act against the federal government of the United States. And in the next slide, we're going to pick this apart why. So some of the central themes that we explore in this class is religious fundamentalism. So religious fundamentalism offers a moral argument for violence, and Timothy McVeigh himself thought that his actions were an act of heroism for his people. This leaves a literal interpretation of values and text to hold true in social, economic, and political context. And this is what we see when Timothy McVeigh goes out of his way to cause an act of terrorism like this one. Christian extremism is another central theme we visit, and this sprouts from the original teachings in the Old and New Testament and is fueled by modern aspects of dominion theory, another aspect of McVeigh's thought process. So, dominion theory is that Christianity must reassert the dominion of God over all things. And this is kind of the basis of his religious fundamentalism and the ways in which he views the world. So, some of the sacred texts that influence Timothy McVeigh and his actions: the Bible, Old and New Testament. The Bible, especially the Old Testament, is very violent and has, a lot of praise towards violent action. The Turner Diaries acts as a manual for action for Timothy McVeigh. The Turner Diaries kind of represents a dystopia for white Catholics, and acts as this manual for action that we talk about. Many anti-federal government and acts of racial violence are exploited in the Turner Diaries, and the Turner Diaries even have ties into Hitler's teaching. A targeted cause. So McVeigh feels targeted as a person of the Christianity identity movement, and he feels deeply rooted towards the Christian branch Davidians who were attacked in Waco, Texas on April 19th, 1993, and feels that as if this siege was kind of the start of a religion war between the federal government and these Christian identity movements. Timothy McVeigh sets the stage for this act of terrorism as if it is a performance. He does it in a large city, a public area that is easily available to media and exposure. Um, Also, for the timing for the attack, April 19th, 1995, the Oklahoma City bombing. April 19th, 1775, the start of the Revolutionary War, and April 19th, 1993, the siege in Waco, Texas, against the Branch Davidians that I recently touched on. Is this a coincidence? Absolutely not. April 19th was McVeigh's day of rebirth when historical events led him to feel the strongest about his cause and about his motive as the Christian identity movement. These three dates all lining up makes sense in his eyes why this is the right day to hold an attack such as the one he does. Some similar instances as this attack: 9/11, the attack on the World Trade Center. It was a large scale stage similar to McVeigh's attack. Michael Bray and this Christian extremist taking action against abortion clinics, and the January 6th insurrection on the Capitol. This was also closely related to the Turner Diaries and their teachings. Some of the differences: the magnitude of this attack. This was the largest attack in history, leading up to 9/11, and then once 9/11 happened, 9/11 was the largest. But this is a large scale attack and hurt many people. Before we wrap up, I wanted to touch upon the future outlook really quick. Mentally ill people such as Timothy McVeigh will always live side by side us in our lives, communities, and schools, and getting them the help they need is the best thing we can do. Minimalizing tragedies like this with resources for those with mental health problems will strengthen our community and provide a brighter future to our children. Thank you so much for listening. That was my presentation on the Oklahoma City bombing.